Hello everyone. In this cost of living crisis in UK, this video is mainly about cheapest places in and around London where you can get a cheap accommodation for short term. That's the main thing. I'm going to concentrate on short term, not more than 6 months, just 6 months. What are the options you have if you're coming for the first time to UK as a student visa or in a tier 2 visa, but you want to be saving more money rather than. Welcome channel Sundar Ayappan. Hope you like this video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and also please go to my channel and watch other videos. I have put many videos regarding UK and then the life in UK. Hope it will be helpful to you. Let's get into the video. So cost of living crisis in UK is very hard. With the winter arriving, lots of people are worried about whether they can live or get kind of pass this winter period with high energy bills, that is electricity and gas bills, which is coming out. Even though government is helping them, more help is given to people who have owned their house, but not for the renters. So renters, the benefit given by the government is directly goes to the landlord, and then whether the landlord gives the benefit to the renters is a question mark. Lot of politics or lot of politicians are saying that the landlord should give the government benefits to the renters or people who are living in the house. Coming to the point of what are the towns in and around London where you can live cheap and then save money for short term. I'm saying 3 to 6 months. Let's see the video. The first suggestion I will say is don't find any house or any accommodation in zone 1, zone 2 of London. Definitely you will not get anything cheaper there. Just skip zone 1 and zone 2. Zone 1, zone 2 is mainly the map in the TFL map, that is transport for London map. You have a zone 1, zone 2. Don't get any houses for rent or accommodation. If you are from affluent background, have no worry about money, that's not, this video is not for them. But however, you want to save money and then cross this winter period with saving money as well as not kind of too much suffering from cold and then other things, just watch this video. So skip zone 1 and zone 2. So start searching houses from zone 3 onwards. There are few good places in London from zone 3. You can find accommodation. So my first tip is go and find in the off license shop regarding accommodation availability. That would be your first easy option. You can find lot of post-it notes or small notes or advertisements in the off license shops. Stick in there, you can find in the windows that rooms available for rent. These are all shared accommodation. A person will rent only one room to you, and then you need to share a toilet, bathrooms and then kitchen. In some places they will say all bills included. You no need to go for any kind of separate gas, electricity or broadband connection. It will be all paid by the single amount. So you will be paying a set I don't want to give example of how much the cost will be. So it will depends upon the area, but definitely it will be weekly £100 or monthly £400 included all the bills, no food included. So those kind of options will be displayed. However, I would suggest to see the post that notices in the off license shop and then call the person and ask the details, how much you need to give advance to the person, and then how much is the notice period if you want to leave the house after going into the shared accommodation or house. You find it not suitable or any other reason, check those things. Also see the distance from the nearest bus stop or a railway station, underground railway station, how far it is. The farther away from the nearest bus stop or the railway station, the cheap will be the price. So they will say 5 minutes walk, it will be definitely 10 minutes walk. So keep all these things in mind when you find that. Go to the place before seeing the person who is giving the house for rent or giving you a shared accommodation in a daytime, and then see the place. And then if you like the locality, then call the person and then go and see inside the house what are the options you have, whether you have a heater, and then ask the timing when the heater will be on, whether you have the control to switch on the heater or the landlord has the control. Some landlords will put a thermostat, that is the temperature is 20, 21, it goes down, it will switches on automatically. But with this cost of living crisis, many landlord will have the controls on their side and then they will not switch on the heaters. So you have to either have more than 2 or 3 coverings, that is the duvet and then the bed sheet in the night to safeguard yourself from the frost. which will come in the winter. So keep see all those things, ask these questions. And also hot water, when the hot water is available. Some people will go and waste this energy, that is they will switch on the heater 24/7, and then that will reflect in the bills. So ask these questions to the person who is giving you the rent, the shared accommodation, or you are renting a small house for 2 to 3 months or 6 months. If you go and rent a house for 6 months or 3 months from an agency, there's a lot of paperwork where you have to sign agreement, then you have to transfer all the energy, electricity, broadband connection in your name. All those things are say. So for a short term, 3 months or 6 months, you are definitely, you know that you want to shift to a much better accommodation later, whether with your family coming later or with your family in your temporary accommodation. Think all these things, ask questions. Definitely in winter you need to ask about hot water, heating facility, when it will be switched on, switched off, all those things. So zone 3, you have few places like Stratford, Ilford, and then East Ham, which is in zone 3 and 4, and then West Ham. These areas you can find shared accommodation. So as I mentioned, first see the for no advertisements in the off license shop. So then go to Gumtree. So if you, most likely you will get a accommodation from the notices or advertisements in the off license shop. Make sure and ask the question whether the person who is renting or sharing the accommodation is the real owner. Or sometimes what happens is a person will take a 3-bedroom house from another landlord, and then he will split the room and then rent to others. Some cases what happens, a person who has taken the house on his own, a 2-bedroom house, 1 bedroom he don't need, or he suddenly found he cannot afford the whole house, so he will rent the single room for a girl or a boy or a woman or a person. So that also happens. So ask clearly who is the owner and what is his role, and then what are the things you can share with the person who is sharing the house. Ask these questions. As I mentioned, Stratford, Ilford, Plaistow, West Ham, these are the places you can find within zone 3. If you go beyond zone 3, so I would suggest places like Wembley, Harrow on the Hill, places towards Heathrow. You will find a lot of cheap houses. So then which is beyond zone 5 and beyond zone 6, you find a lot of houses. And then as I mentioned, Croydon, you can find a lot of cheap accommodation. As I mentioned, East Ham, Ilford, Stratford, Wembley, and then these places you can find cheap accommodation which is within the London area. And mostly the shared accommodation, definitely go and see the condition of the property or the place you want to live, and then decide. Hope this helps you. We'll see in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye.